Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Howdy, y'all.
So this is actually, we're recording this at the end of the day because we forgot to record a beginning of today's video.
You got a mouse in your pocket?
Y'all know Wiley doesn't record anything. Y'all know it's me. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, we actually, what did we do today, Wiley? You're going to see all this at the end of the video, but we had to record a beginning. So here's the beginning of the end. I'm tired. It's been a long day.
The end of the beginning? The beginning of the beginning? I don't know.
Whatever, however you want to look at it. Cup's half full, half empty. I don't know. It's different for everybody. Anyway, so Wiley has been working on a truck for David at Come On Homesteading, right?
You just had to remind me of that, didn't you?
Yeah, you called me out on my shortcomings.
Y'all, that thing is killing me. Killing me.
He called David and he was like, dude, he said, I hate you and I never want to talk to you ever again.
Although, I say that, I got it all the way apart today, and it's time to gather up the material I need to get it put back together. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got to order some bolts and a special tool.
Yep.
Go figure. That's why Wiley's a Chevy guy, not a Ford guy. Just kidding.
Bolts, a special tool, and some more gaskets, because I had to go a little bit deeper than what I thought I would, so there's a gasket set that I'm going to have to get that's going to be extra, yeah.
But hey, then it's going to have new gaskets too. You can't go wrong with replacing gaskets when you've got it all tore apart.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're going to have to do it all again.
And I'm afraid we might wind up having to order a couple of plug-ins, because there's a couple of plug-ins that's messed up on it too. So we'll see, pigtails, whatever you want to call them, for a couple of the sensors. It's a little bit messed up. So, yeah. Anyway.
It's an old truck. I mean, it's not old, but...
Yeah.
Yep. It's been worked on a time or two by people.
Yeah.
We'll just call it.
So, the bolts on the turbo, the heads of the bolts, actually, the one that was the hardest to get to, somebody had stripped it out. So... you know, it was impossible to take it out.
It's like, okay, so what truck is this, Wiley, so we can tell people?
2003 Ford F350 with the 6.0 Powerstroke in it.
Yes, and it's the high-pressure oil pump that we're replacing along with the, what sensors?
The ICP. I don't remember what
There's
the other
another
one is.
one back there, too. So, I say we, Wiley's doing it, because today I was not helping him. But anyway, yeah, it's a common issue with those trucks, and because Wiley couldn't get the turbo off of the mount, he had to get creative, and so I guess when he was looking it up online, didn't they say that normally they, like, take the cab off to be able to work on these dang trucks?
I mean, that's how you take the motor out or do any major work.
Because it's...
Dogs, they're fixing to knock the camera over.
Lola, be nice to them. She's such a grouch. So, anywho, Bailey starts, like, wanting to play, and Lola has to put her in her place.
Right.
And she has to remind her, I'm an old lady, I don't want to play with you. Anyway. So, yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
It's taken Wiley, like...
Well, 2 days to get it tore complete. Well, I mean, the major problem was the bolt being stripped, the head of the bolt being stripped on the turbo. So, what I wound up doing today... well, yesterday, so I thought maybe I could just take the bracket loose that the turbo mounts to and get it out of there. Get it all out of there at once. Well, 2 of the bolts was missing in the bracket, so I only had to take 2 bolts out, which is a problem. And then, once I'd done that, there was not enough room for that all to come out as one unit. But I wound up having to split the turbo in half. Take the turbo out of the casing, basically, and that gave me enough that I could manipulate it and get it out of there. So finally got that all figured out today and got it done and got the old high-pressure oil pump out. Now there is a oil tube in there that you have to have this special little clip tool to get in there and pop it out. and while we're in there, we need to replace the O-rings on it, so I ordered that little tool to get in there and pop that out. Then we can start going back together with it, like I said. But yeah, it's taken 2 days to get this far, which shouldn't. It should have been a 4 or 5 hour job to get this far. 4 hours, maybe. Anyway.
So, while he was doing that, our friend Greg, that you guys see on our live streams all the time, if you're on live streams with us, he owns a property in Waldron, and that's where we go to work on stuff because he has a shop and lots of tools and pretty much everything you need, except for these specialized things.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we, because he isn't living there full time yet, his grass needs mowed, so we go mow his grass sometimes. And I was playing with a new robot lawnmower I got. I'll tell you guys about that in another video because I'm getting used to it and I want to make sure it's awesome. Now it's the cat. I want to make sure it's awesome before I make a video about it. But so I used a drone and droned the property, and the kids and I were working on cleaning up the flower beds in front of his house. It used to be a nursery or something, and so it was, you can tell that the landscaping was probably very beautiful at one time. But, you know, nature has a way of taking over if you don't stay on top of it. Like his grass, I mean, it wasn't a couple weeks ago that Wiley mowed it, and it was very tall again.
Yeah.
So,
matter of fact, the mowing video is over on, I think, my channel. I can't remember.
Actually, that was the last time you mowed.
Yeah, that was the time before last. But anyway, there was people making comments that, I can't believe you didn't do anything with those flower beds, blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And anyway.
Not our house, so we don't do
We wasn't asked to do that at that time.
Yeah.
But we have been asked to do it since.
Y'all are probably the reason. I spent the whole day today pulling weeds.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, it looks a lot better. I'm not done with it. I wish I had a leaf blower so that I could have blew the sidewalks off and stuff. But I was weed eating and pulling and raking, and Hunter trimmed the hedges out front, and Lily was helping pull weeds and stuff. And so, but yeah, so I got some of that on video. I did use a drone to record a lot of it so that I could set it up and it would just like watch us. I also used it to spy on Wiley in the shop in the back.
And then she crashed it. She was spying on me and crashed it, so
found out. Anyway, so that's what we did today. And tomorrow, Wiley, you're going to go work on installing Jeff's
new tracks on his skid steer.
Yeah, so actually, yeah. I was just thinking how I was going to put this together, but that's fine. I'll just cut this part out. Anyway, yeah. So that's what we did today. And then Wiley's going to be working tomorrow on tracks for Jeff's skid steer. And I will probably be helping him with that, huh? You'll probably need help with that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. That's not an easy job.
Also, we had some car troubles yesterday.
Yeah. So, okay. For you wives out there, our Suburban has always had an oil leak on the front side of the engine. So every time we park it, there's a small puddle.
A few drops here and there. I just know to check whenever I put gas in it. I check the oil.
And Jen was like, hey, that oil leak's got worse.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there ain't nothing I can do about it. So I'm not even... It wasn't even in the same spot, y'all. It was like back behind the front tire. In that area of the vehicle. And you let it set and idle for a minute, and it was a puddle this big.
Literally.
It was bad oil leak.
I noticed the last time I put gas in it, I was like, dang, that's a lot worse. So I told Wiley about it. Kind of find out it was a different oil leak.
But yeah, like I said, when you explain something like that, when it's The oil leak has gotten worse. It's not the same oil leak. It's coming from a different area.
I didn't know that.
Anyway.
I relayed the information. It's your job to do the research and look into it.
Come to find out, the oil pressure sending unit is on the very back side of the motor on those. And it had failed. And like setting and running, setting and idling, it was a steady squirt of oil coming out of the end of it. And
so we were literally, like, we hauled over to O'Reilly's. I had already I keep a gallon of oil underneath the hood. Just, because I'm always putting oil in it. Who needs an oil change when I'm always adding new oil, right? I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I had just put the rest of our oil in it, so we didn't have any oil when Wiley noticed it. So we had to go to O'Reilly's and just like cross our fingers that we made it. We did, and thankfully we were able to get the part and another jug of oil. And Wiley put almost a whole gallon of oil in it, and by the time we got home, it was empty again, and it was white smoke behind us the whole way home. Because
it's running down the side of the motor and going right down on the exhaust pipe, so it's burning it, and
we just had a cloud of white smoke behind us.
We was killing mosquitoes on the way home. We was doing all of our friends on 71 a favor.
Yeah, y'all are welcome.
But anyway, I got home, and luckily, like I said, I knew that coming from where it was coming from, it had to be the oil sending unit, so I had picked one up while I was at O'Reilly's. When we got home, unfortunately, we wasn't able to make it to church yesterday because...
So I had to cook dinner.
...of that. But anyway, when we got home, I opened the hood, let the engine cool off for just a minute, and was able to get that swapped out, and obviously it was fine. It done really good today, so...
Another video we have coming out is like, okay, so... I made a deal on a screwdriver set a while back, and it happened to be in the mailbox when we got home. And that saved our bacon, because we would have been out here after dark fixing it.
Trying to find tools. Yeah.
But it had all of the bits we needed in it.
Had everything we needed in it. Yeah.
And so he had it done in
So you'll see that video coming out
here
here before too long. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, thank goodness for that little screwdriver set.
No kidding.
Dang. And I've used it several times since.
Yeah.
I keep finding uses for it.
Just wait till you see it, guys. It is a really awesome little kit.
And it's not expensive.
Yeah.
It's not expensive. Which are my favorite kind of tools. The ones that are very useful and not expensive.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Anywho. I guess this is going to be it. I really want to go sit down. I'm tired. Raking and weed eating and pulling weeds and picking up a bunch of clippings and stuff like has me wore out today. And it was hot and I was in the sun and my face was all red. Wiley's like, I had to climb up and down a chair a whole bunch of times.
I didn't have nobody to hand me tools, so I had to get up and down 5 million times.
I'm sorry, I had a job to do too. It's not like I was sitting there watching you.
We just got off the phone with Mikey, y'all. And if y'all don't know this, Mikey is our oldest boy. Yeah. And he's actually in AIT right now. He joined the Army and is in Virginia at AIT.
Training to be a mechanic.
I told him, I said, I miss you so much, Mikey. Anyway.
He was laughing. He was like, I bet you do. We like to give him a hard time. Anyway, well, yeah, I'm ready to go inside.
Enjoy the rest of this video, right? Because this is the front of the back of the video, or this is the front of the video that we already done today. So something like that.
Yeah, something. So enjoy seeing us work.
Yeah. Check this out, y'all.
Yeah. We've been testing out the Ruko U11MINI 4K drone lately, and this day seemed like the perfect opportunity to really put it to good work. It comes with a little screwdriver, extra screws, it comes with extra joystick things for the remote, extra set of blades for the drone, owner's manual, comes with 2 chargers, 2 batteries, the drone, and the coolest part is the remote. This is the first remote or drone I've seen that you didn't have to attach your phone to it. It's got slots in the bottom. There's the charging slot, and then here's a card slot for the SD card. Those holes that you see are for a lanyard. It's got a fan on the back to keep it cool while you're using it. There's the joysticks, and then it's got all these. This is like your to adjust the angle of your lens. This is to zoom in and out. Your camera record. You're taking pictures. This is to adjust the speed. This is awesome because it has 3 speeds. And then that is to set your GPS. I really like how compact this setup is. It doesn't take up much room, and it's really quick to get out and start flying. Ruko also sent me this 128GB high-speed SD card and multiple card readers, which make transferring footage afterward really easy. Today, we're over at our friend Greg's house helping clean up things while he's out of town. The kids and I were mowing, trimming, hauling off brush. Pretty much everybody's got something going on. This is actually my first time really using the drone throughout an entire workday like this, and it's making filming way easier than I expected. Usually, I'm stopping every few minutes to move cameras around or trying to stay out of the shot myself. But with this drone, I can set up a shot, let it record from above, and just keep working. It also gives a much better view of the property and everything going on all at once. The Ruko U11MINI 4K records in 4K at 30 frames per second and can capture 8K photos with a 48 megapixel camera. It actually gives a surprising amount of detail in aerial shots like these. It also uses a 3-axis brushless gimbal, which helps smooth out movement while flying and keeps footage looking stable, even while the drone is moving around the property. Battery life has been really solid too. We've been flying on and off throughout the day without constantly having to stop and recharge. Another thing I've noticed is how stable the live transmission stays while flying longer distances across the property. The controller keeps a clear view the whole time, which makes flying feel much more comfortable and controlled. While the kids and I work on the yard, Wiley's over at the shop working on David's truck while we finish up outside. So I figured this was a good chance to test how smoothly the drone moves across the property. One thing I noticed pretty quickly is how stable the footage stays while flying. When moving between the yard and the shop, the video still looks smooth and controlled, even though I'm not the greatest drone operator. At this point, we're trimming hedges and trying to get the front yard looking cleaned up before Greg gets home. I think my favorite part about filming with this drone is that it captures angles I normally can't get by myself. Especially during work days like this where everybody's busy doing something different. Instead of stopping the whole flow of the day just to set up shots, I can just let the drone hover and keep recording while I work. It's also really cool getting to look back afterward and actually see everything from above. From the ground, you don't always realize how much is getting done until you step back and see the full picture. The yard is looking a whole lot better now than it did when we got here this morning. It's been a full day, but getting to capture everything from this perspective makes the final result even more satisfying. I don't have a leaf blower, or I would have cleaned up this stuff. And I didn't bring a broom either. So, it's not 100% done. I worked until my batteries went dead on my weed eater multi-tool thingy. But we got this flower bed all cleaned out. We got the hedges trimmed. Now you can actually see the front porch. We did a little bit around here. And like I said, I just went and kept going until my batteries died. And now Wiley's at a point where he needs to stop and he needs a special tool. Alright, well, that's what we did today, y'all. If you want to check out the drone I used to take a lot of this footage, the link will be down in the description. But it looks a lot better than it did, huh, Lily?
Yes.
That was a lot, huh?
We should have got before and after shots.
We kind of did. Here's an after shot at least. And
Before it looked like a jungle.
yeah, it's just the beginning. There's still a lot more work to be done, but we'll have to come back later and finish it. There's also another flower bed over there that isn't super overgrown anymore. It's like right here. And it's not overgrown anymore either. But now we need to this place used to be a nursery, like a flower tree plant nursery, I don't know. And so the landscaping is really nice. It just has been, Greg doesn't live here full time yet. So, you know how nature just kind of takes over when you blink. Anyway, yeah, well, I guess that's all for today, guys. We love y'all.
There's also a secret old ancient well over there, but
Yeah, we think it's an old well or something.
it's definitely an old well.
Yeah.
It's got rocks on the side. It's covered in concrete, like a concrete box with a circle hole
Yeah.
cut out of it.
It's cool.
It's really cool.
Anyway, I love you guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, y'all.